Cold War Zombies, more specifically Die Maschine, in 2024. It has been around 4 years since this map has officially released. More specifically, just about 3, but the game came out in 2020 and it's 2024. Considering the fact that we're going to be getting Cold War Zombies this year, which is called 2024, finally from Treyarch, I thought it would be appropriate to go back and revisit the maps, and of course we're going to be starting off with the best one in my opinion, hands down. It's probably one of my favorite maps for many reasons. The first one is it's just really fun and really fun to replay it. It has a lot of cool things to it and it's a nice bright map. But also on top of that, it's the map that not only my channel grew from, but also I unlocked Dark Aether on here, so it kind of holds a very special place in my heart, and overall it's just a fun, great thing to experience. So we're going to be doing the Easter egg and just overall telling you some pretty cool fun facts about Cold War Zombies and Die Maschine as a whole. First of all, let's talk about the map. It's a combination of Nacht der Untoten with brand new locations. If you don't know what Nacht der Untoten is for some odd reason, it's the first ever zombies map we had in World at War that has been reintroduced into zombies multiple times and finally kind of imagined for what it is inside of Die Maschine. We do have the classic location, which is pretty okay. It's not really fun to explore all that much. There's just a bunch of like spray painted stuff, but then you have the outside that is now kind of more seen, because before it was essentially just kind of fog and at nighttime. And we also have a huge underground place. One interesting thing to point out is there were probably really big plans to have Nacht der Untoten as an actual map to play on its own. Not only before the game's launch, a bunch of leaks that came out to be true were also that there was going to be a Nacht der Untoten map on its own, but then inside of Forsaken you can actually play Nacht der Untoten in a vending machine, and when you teleport into it, it's like a complete just normal map. So it was definitely planned in some kind of way and then got scrapped, considering the fact that also Zombies Chronicles, from like recent leaks and like people coming out with COD content, they were like, yep, Zombies Chronicles 2 was actually planned for Cold War but was inevitably scrapped and probably will be reintroduced either in COD 2024 as just maps that will be coming out but slightly reimagined, or the most likeliest one in my opinion come out in COD 2025, because that's supposed to be like a Black Ops 2 kind of remake, similar situation as we have it with Modern Warfare 3, where it's just another game made from almost the exact same studio, or at least a continuation of the Black Ops universe itself. And it makes sense because 2025 is like Black Ops 2 year overall, so it kind of would make sense. And since most of Zombies Chronicles stuff are actually from Black Ops 2, it makes even more sense. I got completely off topic there, but it's just something that I wanted to point out. Also, Die Maschine is the first time we have been introduced to the Dark Aether, which you can actually teleport to multiple times inside this game. I wish it was more kind of like the whole map can turn into the Dark Aether and you can actually play on it, which is something we did kind of see inside of Forsaken a tiny bit, but overall they didn't really explore it here. In Vanguard they kind of attempted it, and then obviously inside of Modern Warfare Zombies they do actually have a complete Dark Aether-fied location. The Dark Aether as a whole is really cool inside of Die Maschine and on the map itself, and it's something that is pretty cool, but also a shame it wasn't explored further upon. Once you have the Pack-a-Punch unlocked, which you do go inside the Dark Aether with, you can actually re-teleport into the Dark Aether by completing a side Easter egg, which is another point that I want to point out on just Cold War as a whole. The side Easter eggs are actually pretty cool, not even to mention that there's a super Easter egg that you can complete that also Kevin Drew did say that they are planning to make an even better super Easter egg in their next Zombies installment, and considering that Vanguard Zombies didn't have a super Easter egg, Modern Warfare Zombies will probably not have a super Easter egg. It's most likely going to be inside of Gulf War Zombies. If you didn't know, the super Easter egg is like completely off topic from Die Maschine, but it basically gives you purple rarity on your gun each time you respawn. You just have to complete all the Easter eggs, then hop into Outbreak, get the zoom map, and then you can complete it. But this side Easter egg is really cool because you can basically get dancing zombies. It's like a reference to the coffin dance Easter egg from 2020 around that time, which is pretty neat. But it also gives you free jug, which is a must-have. Obviously to complete it, it's super easy. You just have to shoot these things on a wall, but then you also can have a chance of getting some kind of wonder weapon or just a really high rarity weapon from this itself. From here you basically do also have the Pack-a-Punch machine, which is something I want to quickly mention. It kind of has changed a lot throughout the years. This was the first time that we had the introduction of this kind of a Pack-a-Punch machine, which basically requires you to Pack-a-Punch once for 5,000, then 15,000 for 2, and then 130,000 for 3. From here, you go back into the Dark Aether to collect these 3 parts that allow you to build the Aether Scope, which is essentially going to allow us to go back into the Dark Aether to do more steps. But before we do that, it's time to try to get the Wonder Weapon, which is actually pretty easy because all you have to do is basically kill the Megaton, which drops you this drop on your first go. And then from here, what you do is you can go up to this machine, which gives you another thing, which allows you to get the Decompressive Isotomic Estrangement Machine, which is the DIE Wonder Weapon, which you have to go up to Nocturne Totem and essentially suck up zombies in this area, which then allows you to essentially activate the DIE, and there it is. And also one thing to note, this skeleton is absolutely huge for some odd reason. From here, I like to multitask, go up, knock this box down with the DIE, and suck up this special machine. The reason I like to suck up this special machine right now is because what I did a while ago was collect all those parts, but also utilize the dogs from these part collections that spawns in the stinky dogs, aka the plague hounds, which if you've played Modern Warfare Zombies, obviously the dogs in that are awful, but these ones, trust me, these ones are just built different. After I collected this part, I built the Aether Scope, and back to the Dark Aether I went to talk to this doctor, which is connected to, I forgot her name, but basically the villain from Mauer Toten. We'll get around to it. Once you talk to him, you can put in a password into this computer, which allows you to now use the upgrades from the Wonder Weapon to shoot these weird things. So since I collected that canister from the stinky thing, I also picked it up, and now I'm able to shoot this part, or wait, maybe this part, or no, it's this part. There we go. Once we shoot this, from here I just gathered all of the upgrades. So the first one that I went for obviously is the stinky one, so using the fire one I shot this one. Then I got the electricity one. A few things to mention about the electric upgrade for the DIE. It's actually pretty cool. Since the launch of this map, you can actually pack a punch the electric upgrade. So once you get it, which another cool thing to mention is there's actually a really easy way to collect this crystal that's by the Wonderf on this map, which is another topic I need to talk about, but you just have to run up here and suck it up. You don't have to run around the complete way. But once you get the electricity upgrade, if you get speed cola, pack a punch it, and stamina up, you can run around really fast, like really fast when you shoot it and sprint around the place. Even when you run out of ammo, you can still use it. Even if you, let's say, don't actually pack a punch it, you can still run around faster, but pack a punching it makes it even better. Now going back to the Wonder Fizz real quick before we finish off the Wonder Weapon upgrades. The Wonder Fizz on this map is really cool because obviously it allows you to use all of the perks from the other maps, but there's one really weird thing that they have on here is you cannot actually use it like straight away, so you have to first turn on the power, and then 10 rounds from when you turn on the power you can use the Wonder Fizz. It's weird, but it is a thing on this map. But also inside of this location we have probably the best high rounding strategy on any of the maps on Cold War Zombies. Maybe Forsaken is kind of a good one, Mauer is also pretty good. Firebase, that shit sucks, I will be completely honest, for high rounding. This location is really good because you can stay up here and farm zombie kills for camels or anything like that. It's one of the best things that they never patched. All you have to do is just not open a certain door and you can just stay up here the whole time. Anyway, from here I was able to get the fire upgrade, which all you have to do is get the Megaton to shoot its load onto this actual like mushroom thingy, then put a flask underneath it, gather all the special stuff, and from here you got the ice upgrade, which requires you to shoot the last one. Now we have to go back into the Dark Aether to listen to some dudes talk about some things. Pick up a wrench. Once you pick up this wrench, you go up to the tank that is in the spawn room, knock on the tank 3 times with this wrench, which is so weird why you have to use a special wrench. A zombie pops out, you kill the zombie, throw a grenade at this opening, and then the tank shoots at this tree which is over where Jug is. From here a special bomb drops, which fun fact, you can actually see this bomb up on this location even before you do this if you ever wanted to check it out. And then once you pick up this bomb, you have to run away from plague hounds and deliver it back to the spot where you saw those dudes talking. Oh my god, that's a whole bunch of stuff to explain. But from here you can now split up a Megaton into 2, which is the shooter and the bomber, I think they're called. Make them go over to this place and then they get sucked up into this location. All you need is 2, and from here you can activate a special machine inside of where the computer is, and boom, there is Orlov, my main man. God, I love him. He's just so funny in this. I don't know why. It's basically a Megaton that can now talk. From here you can start the Easter egg. What I wanted to do was gather some stuff, which I did, and then activated the Dark Aether, listen to some stuff with Orlov back in his human form, which is pretty interesting because he had like a family and he was basically off to close off the Dark Aether, which didn't go well. He basically deaded and then turned into like a Megaton, or well, we brought him back to life in a Megaton form. It's a long story. Once he talks in this anomaly, you can go back into the normal form and activate the Easter egg by picking up an image of his family. Once you're here, you can listen to some of the stuff that he says. He basically says he has to stop Omega, which is the villains of the story, from going further, which requires you to essentially protect him 3 times. There is virtually no actual boss fight on this map, so you protect him 3 times, which is in 3 different spots. It's pretty easy if you have like explosives, because another thing to mention on this game, explosives on here give infinite amount of damage. It's really cool. And then once you do it, he tells you to go off and you escape by trying to avoid all these like electricity things, and you can get on the exfil chopper with my boy Raptor 1 and you're out. The Maschine explodes and the story officially starts for Cold War Zombies. I know that there was a lot of stuff that I kind of flew past, but I don't want to make these videos too long. So yeah, that's the Maschine for you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Some of the stuff that I guess I forgot to mention, a huge one is the Rampage Inducer that's on this map as well. If you activate it, it allows you to have round 55 super sprinters and zombies, which if you don't know, round 55 is the max round for like the health cap and the speed of zombies on this game, but max round cap is 935. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the Firebase Z video, which is, I don't know when it's gonna go up, but yeah, if you want to see more zombies content, more Cold War, COD 2024, Wonderf for Zombies, be sure to subscribe. Yeah, peace out.